So today has been one of the days that um, I consider as my trigger days. Um, um, it's a beautiful Thursday. It is a beautiful Thursday indeed. It doesn't mean that because my day started off with unfortunate incidents, I cannot say it's a beautiful Thursday. But yeah. So hello guys, welcome to my channel, my unfiltered journey. I have a heavy heart. I have a heavy heart. I just came back from work. I came earlier than normal because this week I'm actually on the 7 to 4 shift. But yeah, because of the two incidents that happened this morning when I was driving to work, I was just not myself, and so I tried to stay at work, but it wasn't working for me. So I asked to leave work early so that I can come home and yeah, sort myself out. So I'm just gonna quickly go into the details of what happened this morning, and yeah, I hope that I am strong enough to do that. I hope I'll be strong enough to do that because it's still a topic. It's still yeah, it still just takes me aback, and it triggers me. This topic triggers me, and I thought, having finished 7 years without my child, I'd be I'd have I'd have triggers, but they wouldn't take me back like what happened. So, this morning, it was a beautiful Thursday morning, and got ready in my house, and then I got into my car and drove to work. So I used the R510 road on a daily basis, going to work and coming back home. And yeah, so I drove, and then there's a place called Sunfontaine where there's two humps there, and then there's a stop sign, but then there's a secondary road that does not have those stop signs. So the secondary road one leads to a place where the stands there, like Hona le batho ba bantšha, they call it the Kwepi too. So I'm gonna be mixing my home language and English for just people to understand me and not get lost along the way, right? So yeah, as I approached that it's more or less like a four-way stop, but it's a stop street with a secondary road. So it's like what you would normally call a four-way stop, but it's not, because the other two stops are, the road is secondary, so they don't have stop signs, right? So the road that I was in was the R510. I'm going to work. There I am, just before the hump. I see this old lady. She's crossing by, and she's got right of way. Well, there was not traffic. There was not that much of a traffic. She could just move in front of my car, and then she would even go, having passed the oncoming traffic from where I was facing, with no problem, right? And that is, I think to myself, that is also what she thought, because she took that moment or she took that decision. So I stopped as I was approaching this hump, and this old lady passed in front of my car, and then 2 seconds after she passed, she completed passing my car, there was a van, a 4x4 van that was coming from the secondary road. And that van, I don't know what the driver was thinking. It was a company car. I think there was I didn't actually see the whole, everything happened so fast, guys. So yeah, but what I could see was that it was a, a works van, and it had like the company name at the back, and then they had little bit of keynotes of what they specialize in. Good and well. So this guy comes from the secondary road on my left hand side, and my mind said that he was trying to rush in because he could see that I'm stopping for this woman, but for whatever reason, or wherever his mind was, he didn't see the woman, or he miscalculated, and then he just pressed on the accelerator, and the next thing, I'm seeing this van flying in front of my car, and then turning to the right, where this woman was trying to cross, obviously, the road to go to the other side. She was walking. So just in a split of a second, I hear a loud sound, yo. And when I look, it's that woman, like, in the air. And then I guess the driver bumped, well, I don't guess, I saw that the driver bumped the woman, and then she flew like that, and then she went down flat on the ground. And so I had a passenger in my car. So I drove, like I was driving slowly, but looking at everything that was happening with the side mirror, which would be my right side mirror. So seeing what was happening at the back of the side mirror, I saw that the old woman tried to get up. She was on her knees, and then she was trying to get up from the ground. So that place is also where the taxis would be stationed. It's a mini taxi station somewhere there. So after that happened, I saw that the van didn't speed off. It actually parked next to the road, and the driver got off to go and see what happened. And then the people that were nearby just gathered there to see what was happening, well, to obviously check up on the old lady. So as I was driving off, the guy in the passenger said, yo, and he really did hit the old woman, and he hit him really hard. Like, he spoke it in Vanek and said, yo, and umutuze, wait. And I said to him, yes, umutuze, and I just hope gore, because ke a bona gore me ole o tshwa go emela the when she's obviously under shock, and the body will not respond to, she will not feel any pain, because everything just happened so quick. And I said to him, I wish gore batho ba ba mole, they can just ask her to just sit down and not move, and they can call her an ambulance, because she is obviously an old lady, and obviously her bones are, well, stronger than if it was a child. Or yes, so if you break you break your leg or your arm as an old person, it takes longer for you to heal than a child would. So as I did that, I got triggered now. And because I saw the whole thing, my son, his name is Resejo, he also passed away during Well, it was in the year 2018, on the 4th of March 2018, in front of Global Garage. By then we didn't have these many humps that we have on the R510. By then there were stop and goes, and for whatever reason he just came back from church. I was at home the previous day. We had come to view this house that I live in, and I told him that because you always said that you wanted a place where you can also call home, because we were currently staying at the time, it was at my home, my dad's house. So I said to him, since well, you always say you also want a place called home, this is your home. He saw his home on the 3rd of March 2018. On the 4th of March, he was hit and killed by a colonel that was stationing by then in Tabazimbi with his cousin, and they were declared dead on the scene. So I just the after everything just transpired,